Welcome back to my 100% playthrough of Heretic, Shadow of the Serpent Riders on the Black Plague difficulty for the PC, played through GZDoom. We're also doing all levels with a 1 start. And this is episode 4, mission 8, Shattered Bridge. Let's begin. Alright, so the first thing you'll see here is a bag of holding. And you might notice the shrieking from the nitro golems shooting all this crap at you. When you leave the area, there are more nitro golems in this area, so watch out for these projectiles because they will hurt, because these are also ghostly nitro golems. Make sure to grab the crispy geode from that area, and watch out for the disciples of this barrel. They're here too, shooting their purple fuck projectiles. Or are they? Yeah, they are. So watch out for them. So now the nitro golems in this area are dealt with. We can pick up some time bombs to the ancients. Deal with this disciple of this barrel here, which decided to be alerted by me grabbing the crystal geode there. There's some wand crystals out here, and I believe more crystal geodes to the other area. Yeah. So if you're running low on ammo, you can pick these up. So deal with these guys slowly and methodically, and you'll see a bunch of nitro golems. Listen to how loud this area is. You might not be able to hear it as loud as I do, because I lower the volumes on all my levels to make sure my voice is as clear as it can be with this microphone. But yeah, just listen to all that shrieking. What you can do is slowly, methodically deal with these nitro golems. What you can do is probably deal with them on one side to make life easier. You can play the hit scan Harry game with some of them, at the very least. It's a rather slow and tedious process, and sometimes these other nitro golems will try to get the drop on you, but as long as you can deal with them, you'll be alright. Yeah, you'll want to watch out for the ones on this side, because they'll deal with you too. And they aren't too fun to deal with if you're not ready for them. Just finish them all off. You can use the Elven Wand to deal with these ones. Now you've dealt with the first half. Just keep dodging the projectiles and you'll be alright. Now going down here has another disciple of this barrel. What you want to do is play the hit scan Harry game with him. Just peek around the corner and just keep shooting till he dies. Which he'll do, sure enough, after a while. There are more golems here, nitro golems in fact, because this level has a lot of nitro golems at the start. What you can do in this area is time bomb them, because they'll cluster around this area, and it'll make things a little bit easier to deal with, especially if you're low on ammo, which I am. But now I can pick up more wand crystals here in this area, and this part of the which I believe to be the Shattered Bridge is not raised up, but the rest is. It raises after a while, I believe, or it's always been raised. I am not 100% on that, but I just know dealing with the level the way I do, make sure that this bridge is raised up. But we are done with this part. We can just do a strafe run across to this part. Now there are several areas where we can ride up these lifts, and we'll probably want to ride up all of them, and we might do it repeatedly because some of these places lead to the same areas. Yeah. But watch out for this disciple of this barrel here. He's guarding an ethereal crossbow, which was what we'll need to deal with this level, in fact. Just play the peekaboo or the hit scan Harry game with him. You can probably use the Dragon Claw too, because we got ammo for it earlier on the bridge. Now you can press these wall textures here with this like spinal like texture in the skull there to open up more parts of this wall. Watch out for the nitro golems. They are like hiding around these holes. You can probably get more areas here, or more things from this area here, which is also a lowerable lift, or part of the like areas with the lowering lifts and raising lifts. More disciples here, more pains in the ass, but just deal with them, and the nitro golems too. Yeah, this is why I recommend taking the last lift here first. And now we can take the first lift here, because it leads to a different area from these areas we've been to. It has more disciples and nitro golems, shadowsphere, which will be rather useful in upcoming area, and more ghostly nitro golems here, because why not? And more of the same here, and more fire gargoyles. There is an area which we can walk across, which has the Morpho of them and the Enchanted Shield. We'll get to that when we get to it. But first, we're gonna deal with all these like gargoyles and nitro golems. Yeah. So now that's done with, we can just walk through here, just do a running air through it, or we could go down here and open this wall up, reveal a nitro golem, and a quiver of ethereal arrows. There's a balcony here, but you want to get out of there quick because there are some ghostly undead warriors there. Same for here, just grab the goodies and get out. We'll deal with the undead warriors later. We could probably use, if you want to deal with them now, you can probably use the shadowsphere, which will make your life a whole lot easier. But going through here will give you a ring of invincibility. Granted, you deal with these disciples and nitro golems first. Now, like the other area, this will lead you to more lifts and more golems. But now we have the ethereal crossbow. Dealing with them will be a bit easier, especially the nitro golems in particular. So just keep lowering these spinal walls here. And you'll see the hell staff here. And I just crushed a tome of power. Sad. But going through here will send you to the last area. And it'll also lower this lift, which is a special lift, which is not on the other side. Or it doesn't have a counterpart on the other side. Now going through it, we'll have this spinal area, but what you want to do, I believe, is go to the very edge to get the yellow key, and the disciple of the sparrow will appear. So it's a secret, but I believe it's a mandatory one. Yeah, mandatory secrets. Not fun. Now, undead warriors are waiting for you. Ghostly undead warriors. They all throw red axes, so you can play hit scan Harry with the game with them. In fact, you'll probably want to. But now if you've done that, you can press the switch here. But I'm just gonna walk back here and deal with these fire gargoyles, which lowered from here. Because I don't want to deal with them in there. I don't know why. No, I'll place a time bomb here. There we go. We got some bloody kills out of that. Our last time bomb. Might as well use it with grace and dignity. You might notice the nitro golems in these cage areas, but we'll get to them rather soon, in fact, because we can finally go back here and open this area up, which is a secret, and it has these nitro golems in it. And not much else, sadly. But we can also do the same for this area, which is also a secret. And that's all the secrets for this level. Thank goodness. But now we're done with that, we can go here. And yeah, we didn't want to go through here because this area will raise up, and you want to be ready for this area, because pressing this switch, in fact, what I recommend you do is use the shadowsphere and the ring of invincibility, because pressing this switch will lower an area with 8 iron liches. So yeah, use the shadowsphere to deal with the tornadoes homing in on you. Watch out for when they're at the quarters, though. In fact, you'll probably just want to run around in the center as close as you can. But now that you have the ring of invincibility, dealing with the iron liches here is a cinch, actually. And that is E4M8, Shattered Bridge. And what a level. Didn't use the Morpho, I'm going to use it right now. And not going to use the Chaos device, but I am going to use the torch. Get some full bright action before we finish this episode. And we're done. You thought you would return to your own world after the Sparrow died, but his final act banished you to his own plane. Here, you entered the shattered remnants of lands conquered by the Sparrow. You defeated the last guardians of these lands, but now you stand before the gates to the Sparrow's stronghold. Until this moment, you had no doubts about your ability to face anything you might encounter, but beyond this portal lies the very heart of evil which invaded your world. The Sparrow might be dead, but the pit where he was spawned remains. Now you must enter that pit in hopes of finding a way out, and somewhere in the darkest corner of the Sparrow's domain, his personal bodyguards await your arrival. So, that was episode 4, The Ossuary. And what an episode. But, we just got started. Because, we have episode 5 to deal with, which we will do in the next video. But until then, toodaloo.